Okay guys, so welcome back to another video. When it comes to DM setting, I'm going to be talking about everything DM setting on this channel, and today we're going to be talking about stop trying to qualify and start trying to disqualify. This is a mindset shift that separates elite appointment setters from average ones, and why protecting the calendar is the highest value skill in your sales operation. So moving into the first point, your job isn't to book calls, it's to protect the calendar. The uncomfortable truth is a booked call means absolutely nothing if the prospect was never likely to even buy. Every low quality appointment is a cascade of damage. It wastes your closer's time, it drags down show rates, and erodes overall sales performance across the board. Booking volume is a vanity metric. Conversion quality is the only metric that matters. So you have low quality bookings with the wasted closer time, low show rates, poor close rate. If you protect the calendar, you have energized closers because you have good leads, you have high show rates and strong revenue and more profit. So most setters are qualifying with confirmation bias. When you want to book the appointment, your brain starts working against you. You subconsciously start searching for evidences that the prospect is a good fit, asking questions you hope they'll say yes to, interpreting ambiguous answers charitably, and overlooking red flags entirely. This isn't a discipline problem, this is a systems problem. The standard qualify to book mindset is structurally flawed because your incentive is to book, not to filter. So the confirmation bias is invisible when you're in it. You genuinely believe you're qualifying, you're not validating. So assume they're not a fit until proven otherwise. Enter every DM conversation with a default position. The person probably doesn't belong on the calendar. Your job is to look for reasons they shouldn't book, not reasons that they should book. If they survive genuine scrutiny, if they answer the hard questions honestly and still meet your standards, you found something rare. This is a prospect who is actually ready to move forward. So default to skepticism. Start from probably not a fit rather than let's see how to book this call. Challenge them deliberately. Ask questions designed to reveal the cracks, the urgency, the commitment, and the budget. You're trying to get them away from you. Let them prove it. If they qualify after genuine pushback, you found a real prospect. So you're genuinely trying to rule them out. You're genuinely trying to eliminate them from your pipeline. You're trying to get rid of them. You're trying to send them away. You're not trying to book them on the call. You're filtering through. You're disqualifying them. And the more you focus on disqualifying rather than qualifying, the more you're going to have success. And the reason is because if you're disqualifying as many people as possible, you're only going to be left with the best possible calls. And then your day is going to be booking 3 or 4 high quality calls that are actually ready to buy rather than 10 or 20 who are shit leads. And when you have those leads, you waste your time, you waste the closer's time, you waste your boss's time, you waste the owner's time. Everyone's time is wasted simply because you're booking bad leads. So try to disqualify them. So 3 elite calls beats 10 mediocre ones. Highly qualified calls, committed prospects who can afford the offer and are ready to act. These convert. 10 easy bookings. So people who said yes, but were never serious, can't invest or won't show up. 0 net difference. Volume without quality produces no revenue. Only exhausted closers and a demoralized team. Quality always outperforms the quantity. The scoreboard that matters is closed revenue, not appointments booked. So it doesn't matter if you can book 20 calls a day. What matters is how qualified are they. Questions that are too easy and why they fail. These are the so-called qualifying questions most setters default to. The problem is almost everyone says yes. None of them filter anyone out. They simply confirm that the prospect has a pulse, basically. Are you interested in improving your business? Every owner is going to say yes. This doesn't tell you anything. Would you like to make more money? Universally, this is yes. 0 filtration. Everyone wants to improve. Are you open to learning more? Curious doesn't equal commitment. If they want to learn more, it doesn't really mean they're committed. This book's tire kickers at scale. Would you be available for a call this week? For them being available doesn't actually mean anything. So you'll need to go through and look at your DM script. Look at the messages you're sending. Look at the kind of thing you're saying to prospects and see, is there any questions here that are just pointless? And by pointless, I mean, are they questions that just get a yes out of the prospect? Because if it's just a question like this, which is just pulling them along, right? Leading them along, then yeah, you're going to book them, but they're not going to be a good lead and it's going to waste your time. So one of the main things we do at apexsetting.com, our DM setting agency, we basically disqualify people as much as possible. So the better questions to kind of ask that actually disqualify. Elite setters ask questions designed to rule people out, revealing commitment, urgency, and real ability to move forward, not just surface level interest. So you want to ask them like, what stopped you from solving this until now? And what's different this time? Whoops. So this exposes chronic fence sitters and surfaces genuine urgency. Vague answers signal low commitment. So if you say to someone, what stopped you from solving this until now? What's different this time? If they just say, I don't really know, or don't give you a good reply, it means they're probably a bad lead. Someone who's genuinely invested, not just financially, but they're invested in it mentally, invested in this idea of changing themselves or whatever, they're going to give you a lot of information to work with. If the solution makes sense, are you genuinely in a position to invest? So this directly addresses budget without being aggressive. A hesitant answer here is important data, not a problem to paper over. So if you say, if the solution makes sense, are you genuinely in a position to invest? Many people ignore questions like this because they really want to get people on a call, right? And I guess if you're a beginner, you can do that. But if you're, someone who is selling a high ticket program and your time's worth a lot of time, your time's worth a lot of money, and you've got team members, you don't want to waste any time. So what I would say is you need to ask questions like this, because if someone's not in a position to invest, or they say, maybe later or something like that, you need to dig into that. Because just because they say, not at the moment, that doesn't mean they're a bad lead. It means you just need to dig a little bit further. So how committed are you to taking action the next 90 days? This separates the curious from the serious. Strong prospects answer with the specificity and conviction. So if you mention, as I was saying, if you ask this question and they can't give you a good answer, then it means they're probably not very invested. We're looking for people who are committed, interested, raring to move. Yeah. So next point is, don't lower your standards to hit KPIs. When booking numbers become the primary goal, setters begin rationalizing poor appointments. They seem interested. Maybe the closer can handle it. I need the numbers today. So this is a big pitfall of DM setting agencies that most deal with. And even people who don't have a DM setting agency, they're just doing it themselves, or they have one setter. They're trying to just hit the numbers, right? And if you're trying to hit the numbers, you're going to end up doing bullshit. This isn't about numbers. This is how teams enter a death spiral. Poor appointments lead to frustrated closers, lower close rates, reduced commissions, and eventually fewer opportunities for everyone on the team. So obsessing over booking volume is a direct threat to your close rate, your closer's performance, and your own longevity in the role. Think like a gatekeeper, not a salesperson. Your role in the sales ecosystem is not to charm people into a call. It's to protect the sales team's most finite resource, time. A closer sitting through 5 unqualified calls is a closer who is not closing. A business that is bleeding payroll and opportunity cost simultaneously. The salesperson mindset: how do I get this person on the calendar? Optimizes for volume, creates chaos downstream. So yeah, they get their numbers up, but they ruin the closer's opportunities, the closer's workday. They waste their time. The gatekeeper mindset: does this person genuinely belong on the calendar? This person optimizes for quality, creates leverage downstream. If someone isn't ready, leaving them out of the pipeline is a service to your closer, to your CEO, and ultimately to that prospect who isn't wasting their own time either. So the rule every elite setter lives by: don't ask, how can I get this person on a calendar? Ask, what would have to be true for this person not to belong on the calendar? This single reframe changes everything. When you genuinely try to disqualify someone, genuinely challenging their urgency, their commitment, you're also challenging their ability to invest. And if they still hold up, you've done something rare and valuable. Protect the calendar. Every booking you approve is a guarantee of quality. To your closer. Disqualify first. If they survive the scrutiny and the stringent disqualifying, they're genuinely worth the closer's time. Be the standard. Elite setters are valued because their booking because their bookings close, not because they are booking the most numbers. So apply the reframe to your mind. Don't try to qualify people, disqualify people. Disqualify people as much as possible, be the standard, and everything will change. You'll sign much better people, much better leads, and you're going to make more money for you and the closer. If you need help doing this and want to build a DM setting system, link is in the bio. Book a call. Cheers.